Then we have the Ray J interview.
Wait.
Oh, boy.
Of sex tape fame, Ray J.
Yes, Ray J, who, I was trying to, in my mind, go, okay, who is Ray J exactly? What has he done? Okay, I know that his dick made billionaires out of Kim Kardashian and like 3 or 4 of her sisters or mom. I mean, really, his penis made them billionaires. Everyone believes that. I'm not sure it's not true because that sex tape
100%
blew her up like she had never been before, and opened all those doors. And so, I mean, that's an incredible thing to have on your resume, that my dick made a billionaire out of about 5 women and probably 4 or 5 more to come.
And catapulted sort of on the side, Cash Me Outside to fame as well.
It's true.
He has
Ray J's,
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He has 1.7 monthly listeners on Spotify. He has 2 songs, close to 200 million streams. That's not much for someone.
That's not what he's famous for.
Oh.
See, I just know his name so much. I thought he was a bigger performer than that. I thought he had more hits, or he had a lot of hits, but
Just
not really.
known.
Well, don't forget he was the star of For the Love of Ray J, the reality show.
He did. He had
one with his sister Brandy too.
Right. His sister Brandy clearly was the bigger music star.
Oh, big time,
But his
yeah.
dick completely overshadows her music career. He was a child star,
what a
too.
curse, such a money-making dick, but not for himself.
I know. That is, but doesn't he get money from that video?
Oh, he probably
Yeah,
does.
he had to have cashed in.
Well, I mean, that's how people know who he is too.
Yeah.
So, because I was just scrolling through his credits, it's all reality TV and like game shows. And
Well, he had commercials as a child. Sinbad cast him as a kid, his foster son, in Sinbad's short-lived show.
Oh, what terrible TV he's been in.
Then after Brandy's career started to blow up, he was signed to Elektra as well. Then he was in Moesha, the UPN show, in '99.
that's his sister's show.
Then a couple of his songs did pretty well, and then he did have a hit in 2013. I hit it first. I hit it best.
But no one cares.
Yeah, although that song did well. It was kind of a funny song. I have to admit, I laughed. Give her no dough to come, gave her $10 to leave. I hit it the best, and I hit it first. So he does, early in the interview, Ray J says that Diddy was his former mentor. And he used to tell Ray J things like, call your wife, send her flowers. He's just such a wonderful male
sensitive
mentor.
Diddy.
Yeah. And as far as his who dated who, it's significant, but after Kim, it gets pretty weak. Lil' Kim is the first very famous person on there. Then he had Kim Kardashian and Pamela Anderson back to back. I mean, that's pretty incredible. In terms of back to back, who dated who people for your team photo, that's hard to top. However, the downfall from Pamela Anderson to Tila Tequila. Oh my God.
But she was hot for a hot second.
Then Danielle Staub, who was a housewife in New Jersey. Karrueche Tran, Chris Brown's ex. But other than, the Kim video and the connection to his sister, he claims that he started a news operation at one point, which is like, what? What are you talking? I got to look into that. But anyway, Piers Morgan. Why is he on Piers Morgan? He is on Piers Morgan to support Diddy, to tell us that this is all ridiculous. And the reason that he's on there is because when the Cassie video came out, he was very moved by it and said, oh, my heart goes out to Cassie. This is terrible. Just really, he's beside himself. He's so upset about the video.
Right.
And Diddy was very pissed that he would dare to speak about the Cassie video. And sooner than later, Diddy's 3 male sons start threatening Ray J. And so Ray J has been trying to dig himself out of this mess because he had this terribly soft reaction to seeing a man beat the shit out of a woman where he actually felt sorry for her. And he regrets that terribly. And he's trying to say that, this is bullshit. It was just a little love tap. Why are we going on and on in this trial?
Right.
So in cut 1, this is Ray J saying that, this is just pretty much of a misunderstanding. We need to be done with this shit.
Okay.
What are they trying to get out of this in this court case? Does everybody that's talking about these stories, do they want to see Puffy rot in jail? Is that what we're here for?
Yeah.
Because I just think that that's unfair, and just knowing everybody, It just could have been done a different way, and now it's starting to worry me. And I honestly think that Diddy will get out, and I think that there's nothing here, right? I think they made their point, whatever they were trying to make. Your point is made. Now let Diddy out. Free Diddy.
Wow, you think?
Yeah, so what is with all this relentless BS about he beat her this time, he beat her that time? I mean, this is just boring. Just settle it privately. I mean, he and Cassie just sit down and settle it and let it be done. Okay. I mean, he's a reasonable man.
Let him keep on doing his, B&Es, blowing up cars.
In cut 2, Ray J makes it pretty clear that he is not watching the trial. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. He's talking about the altered video, the Cassie video, that it's altered and that they may not even be able to use it in court, even though it's already been played in the case. Ray J, what are you talking about, cut 2?
And even with the tape being altered, I heard, and they're not going to be able to use it probably in court because it was altered before it was put out. That puts a spin on it. It doesn't put the spin on what he did. But the altered tape, that as opposed to sex trafficking and a RICO, and now it's in this mafia setting, it just doesn't. They don't go together. If he was charged for something else that maybe had fit what we saw, we all kind of would understand what's going on.
Ray J, you are the worst guest possibly ever. You're not even watching the trial. You're not even reading about the trial. You don't know what you're talking about.
Just hears about it.
So, Piers probably should have corrected him there, but he moves on, and in cut 3, Ray J is talking about how these beating stories, they're just getting old and tired. They're almost boring now. Come on, knock it off.
Again, I love Diddy and I love the family, and when I was vocal about what happened, I guess they didn't take it as if I was supporting, and so the family and I kind of got, on the wrong page. They want to kill him. But if you really look at what I was saying and what I'm saying now is that stories are being created, and it's starting to feel like it's the world against Diddy, and I feel for him. You know what I mean? And I'm actually worried about him in this state now because it's a dangerous world. And we're just seeing a lot of things unfold and power being played. And it's a circus act. I mean, how many more stories do we got to hear? I mean, this is some really freaky stuff that I think it should be kept private.
Ooh,
and
sounds
it's
like
just starting to get freakier and dirtier, and you could just smell it in the room, and it's just not okay.
Maybe he's got a tape of Ray J.
It's just not okay. These endless, boring stories about this beating and that beating and this beating and that beating, and there's really no evidence otherwise. It's just a compendium of endless, boring beating stories. And again, he points out that, I wish I hadn't said something stupid like I felt bad for Cassie because the family got the wrong idea, and it's been a real drag for me. So he makes one more interesting comment, or less than interesting comment, before things get really wild. And this is, again, he's talking about the freak-offs, and he's saying he doesn't think it happened because he would have been invited.
Jeez.
Whatever door they're talking about, the freaky door, I never got an invitation, never knew it existed. And I feel like in my world that I'm in, and I like to party and have fun, at least I would have got an invitation.
Wow.
So there. How could it have happened if he didn't get invited? Because they were so close.
I think they've got dirt on him. There's a section of tapes with Ray J's name on them.
Wouldn't be surprised.
A lot of people were speculating that. So Piers decides, this is ridiculous having him comment on this trial he's paying no attention to. So I think it's time to bring up Diddy's 3 male sons wanting to beat his ass.
There you go.
As Ray J himself pointed out, he had a very soft moment when he expressed sympathy for Cassie, who obviously did something to make Diddy mad. It's just confusion. So here's cut 5.
I just wanted to make sure that people knew how I felt because that was the first few times I seen the video of him and Cassie. So at that point, I was still charged and upset. But now as we let this thing kind of play out and where we are today, there's a lot of glitches in the system. And I just think that we need to just chill. We need to let Puffy go. and this needs to be put to bed, and they need to just work their differences out privately, even now, and just move on.
Wow.
Because they are so good at settling things. When Cassie and Diddy have had problems, they've always settled them privately, and it's never been an issue.
He never came after her for...
No, he's always been reasonable. But then Piers brings up that crazy post that Ray J put up when he said, "They tried to shoot me." And he's kind of trying to connect some dots here that maybe it's Diddy's kids, but we know those youngsters wouldn't do something like that. Let's see what he has to say about this.
November the 12th, 2024, you went on Instagram on your stories to say you'd survived an alleged shooting. Let's take a look at what you said.
Oh, boy.
It's just tried to shoot me and tried to kill me, and you want me to apologize? F you.
Now, you said they tried to kill me and you want me to apologize. Fuck you. What happened there?
Piers.
That's a long pause.
That was a tough day. I really don't want to talk about that day too much because I don't want that day to happen again. And I was able to just kind of figure out what it is and what it was. And so for me, just for everybody's safety and for just
your safety,
having the information and just keeping it to myself, it's just better for my safety. But it was something that I don't wish on nobody, but just for my safety and just for everything that happened, I just don't want to talk about it because I don't want to relive it again or bring that kind of heat back up and then it's happening again.
Sure, but just to be clear, did somebody actually shoot at you?
Oh, no. They didn't shoot me. It was at my truck. And
wasn't that clear?
When I was trying to stay in one place and let it die down, the place I was in made me leave and go right back out into the action. And that's when I was being vocal about it because I really needed to lay low. They didn't want me there anymore. So they kind of just pushed me out right back into the situation.
How insensitive.
And it's unfortunate because I don't want to be in that kind of situation and I don't even want to have that kind of vibe around me. And that's when I just started doing my news show. And doing news is just a different kind of business and it brings about so many people that you didn't know even existed and it got a little scary. And so that's why I kind of calmed down from doing my news show, which I'm going to start it back up. But it just got a little hot in the kitchen and it just wasn't worth it. And it wasn't worth, I got kids and the schools are tripping and the parents, and I just needed to have peace.
What? That's funny because he says, "They tried to shoot me." And then he's like, what, did someone try to shoot you? He's like, no. What are you talking about, Piers? Come on.
That's crazy.
I was lying.
He's saying he doesn't want it to happen again. I mean, he's clearly threatened.
Oh, yeah. And Piers...
Could he have just made the whole "I was just shot at" thing? Could he just make that up?
Yeah,
street cred?
I don't know.
I don't think so, because then wouldn't he embellish the story when Piers asked him about it?
Well, yeah. No, I think he was
You'd
really
lean in, right?
pissed.
If you made it up? Yeah.
I think he was losing his mind. He was so fucking mad. And so now Piers, this is really, sounds almost desperate. It seems like Piers is trying to suggest here that those kids, I mean, Diddy's kids, they're just kids, that these youngsters might have had something to do with it.
Oh, scamps.
Ray J, as you know, some people were connecting what they thought were dots here. You had a massive altercation with Diddy's sons, and then several weeks later...
That's weird.
...someone tries to kill you.
That's weird.
People think that maybe Diddy has something to do with what happened. Can you say that either way?
I know for sure that that's not what that was. And again, he's locked up and he's going through his own issues.
I don't want to pile on.
I don't
just
think he's
tried to
worried
kill
about
me.
At that level. But again, it is something that you don't want to experience and you don't want to kind of relive. You kind of want to keep a clean slate. And I'm learning as I go on how loud I can go and how much information I can give and how
Sympathy
much
for Cassie
information
is
I can.
out.
And I'm learning through the process, and that was definitely an eye opener.
Yeah, if I was Diddy, I think I would kill him for this interview.
I mean, that is clearly what he's saying is going to happen unless he completely refutes all of that.
But this interview was supposed to be for Ray J to show his support for Diddy, but he just stumbles into all this stuff about the kids, those wonderful youngsters Diddy's raising, and what they may have done to him, and the fact that they went after him 3 different times. He does spill that one out.
Oh.
And this is all because he expressed sympathy for Cassie when the beating tape came out, and he was supposed to shut the fuck up. He was supposed to say nothing like everyone else. I mean, how many rappers, big stars, did you come out and go, oh, God, that was horrible? I mean, Jay-Z, you remember Jay-Z was crying. I think he was one of the ones. No, Jay-Z did not cry. Jay-Z didn't say anything. Of course he didn't say anything. Because anyone who knows Diddy knows you don't say shit about that video.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what she did to deserve it. So what are you doing popping off Ray J? So he's been spending all this time trying to suck up to Diddy and get himself back in Diddy's good graces. And these 3 kids are just coming after him to the point that he posts that thing, they tried to shoot me. And then he tries to say that, oh, no, that was big nothing.
Shot my truck.
Big nothing burger. What are you talking about?
Somebody shot at him 3 times in the streets of Los Angeles somewhere. And in a public place, they are like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Go.
No, this interview was a huge mistake. Ray J, what are you doing? I mean, obviously, I would assume that it's probably hard for Ray J not to want attention because he doesn't get that much. I mean, he doesn't have that much going on.
He's only had one in the chamber, and that was Kim.
But it almost cost him his life, the fact that he just had to come out and say, oh, Cassie, I can't believe she went through this. This is terrible. And that Diddy just lost his shit. And his kids are angry as shit, too. I mean, I don't think those youngsters are so nice.
Oh,
I
probably.
think those youngsters are trouble.
No.
I think they're a lot of trouble.
What a volatile human being he is.
Oh, my God. I know. And to think that they would be screwing with Ray J, I mean, possibly killing him or beating the shit out of him because he said he felt bad for Cassie. He didn't say much more than that. That's about all he said, but it went totally viral because none of the people who were close to Diddy were saying shit.
Wow.
They knew. Yeah. You can't say anything about that. And plus, Diddy took care of it. He said he had therapy. Remember, he came out?
Yeah.
It was the lowest point of his life. And what was really just comical about that is it had just been weeks earlier when Diddy's like, oh, that's bullshit. I never did shit to her. I'm just going to settle with her. She needs to shut the fuck up. None of this happened. Me giving her this money doesn't mean anything is true. And I never laid a finger on her. And then 3 weeks later, he's like, oh, man, I feel so bad. It was the lowest point of my life. I had to go through therapy. It's like, oh, really? You went from it never happened to if he had therapy, wouldn't he have felt bad enough to say that maybe he did some things wrong when the suit came out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess the therapy wasn't too successful.
Oh, well, that's because he went to therapy, not therapy.
Probably right. Anyway, that is maybe the most fake apology. Is there a more fake apology than Diddy's apology?
No. But I just can't.
We should talk to Trucker Andy. Does a show on apologies.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Carl's friend, Trucker Andy.
Yeah.
We should look over his list of apologies. I wonder if there is a worse apology than Diddy's.
That's a good hook.
What, like insincere?
Yeah, insincere. They've covered a lot of apologies
Tiger?
on that show. Yeah, Tiger. Oh, wow. Tiger spoke for 40 minutes or something?
Wow, yeah.
Invited all his college friends and his mom, flew them in to watch his apology, which was picked up on CNN and networks. Like, that was the weirdest. Isn't it surreal that happened?
I know. His whole story is surreal. And who's the sports guy who had to apologize during a game and then go back to calling the game?
Tom Brenneman?
Tom Brenneman.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
That
Oh my
apology.
God! Now that guy tried so hard to apologize. He met with gay leaders. I think he actually became gay for a month just to show how supportive he was.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
Oh, that guy!
I think comics that apologize for a joke,
Yeah.
because it offended one person, I think that's pretty weak.
Yeah.
But how hard? My standard is how insincere were they about the apology? Because some people really mean it. You can tell they are sorry. Diddy was not sorry. He had already completely told her off and said it was all bullshit. And if he had gone through therapy, he would not be saying that. So, I mean, and by the way, I would love to see the conversation where Diddy's trying to decide what to say in the apology. Say you've been to therapy. Well, no, I just told her off like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if I should say that. No, you got to say it.
Fuck that.
I mean, there was some game plan there or something they were shooting for, but I mean, there was really nothing he could say. I guess, did he have to apologize?
Probably someone told him it might help his case.
Maybe Bill Clinton when he said, "I apologize to the whole world." That's pretty insincere.
Bill Clinton did have some really
next
bad
to James
apologies.
Patterson. Yeah.
Did Cosby ever apologize?
No, he didn't do
I don't
anything
think
wrong.
he did.
Yeah. He stood fast.
Yeah, he's maintained his innocence.
I apologize to everybody
There
in
it
the
is.
world.
Yeah, really sincere.
What are the most famous apologies?
Sincere apology.
Let's see. What does the World Wide Web spit out? Complete list. Top 10 apologies.
Oh, let's hear it. Yeah.
AI says Richard Nixon's Watergate apology.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan's Iran-Contra.
Oh.
That happened on my watch. That was amazing, too, because he said that apparently this happened and I was involved in it, but I just don't remember it.
I just thought of another one. James Charles. Remember his apology? That he had to do twice.
That was a classic.
He had to apologize twice because the first one was so bad.
There have been a lot of repeat apologies in recent years, haven't there?
Hugh Grant was at the top of the list, too, for the whatever was going on with him.
I remember him being on The Tonight Show. I don't remember his apology specifically. Did he have one separate from The Tonight Show?
Publicly apologized for his arrest and the actions in the interview, acknowledging his mistakes and the impact on others.
Here's the top 10 apologies celebrities made that were so bad they made the situation worse. Would you like to hear those? Oh, there's also the top 30 celebrity apologies. Which one do you want to hear?
Let's hear the top 30 celebrity apologies first.
Go back to the top.
What about Kanye?
I don't know how many of these I'm going to remember.
Here's one.
I want to tell you, Detroit, that you done set me up for a comeback.
All right.
Colleen Bollinger, in 2023 YouTuber, also known by the alter ego Miranda Sings. Remember that character that I never understood? Posted an out-of-tune apology, which she responded to allegations about inappropriate behavior by singing and playing her ukulele. She tried to justify this exceptionally poor, thought-out decision by explaining that while her team advised her not to speak on the controversy, they never said not to sing about it.
Oh, how dumb.
Wow.
What's that?
I don't remember that one, but it sounds really
I remember
dumb.
that because it was
terrible.
like she sang her apology so nobody could pick it up because it would get struck by copyright.
Oh, that's smart.
It was actually pretty brilliant.
But don't you want people to pick it up as apology?
Well, it didn't sound like she wanted to.
Number 29, Kevin Hart. He was going to host the Oscars in 2019.
For having that orgy?
Yeah. No, homophobic tweets.
Oh, that one.
He refused to apologize, posting a video on Instagram saying, "I passed on the apology. I've addressed this several times," but a day later, he stepped down from hosting the Oscars.
Yeah.
Saying that he did not want to be distraction to the ceremony. And then he apologized to the LGBTQIA plus community.
I will say on his behalf that he had apologized twice before that, so I couldn't understand why would he just keep apologizing over and over?
Yeah.
I mean, he had the job, but then he does apologize again, but he doesn't do the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems stupid to me.
28,
He would have
Misha.
been a good host, too. Probably would have been better than whatever they came up with.
I think he'd be actually a really good host, even though I don't find him that hilarious.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty good.
28 is Misha Barton. Apparently in 2016, she posted a bikini picture with a drink in her hand on a yacht where she captioned it with a regretful message about racially motivated police violence.
What?
Yeah. So she said,
I don't remember either her doing that or the apology.
Oh, you're angry.
I'm human. I'm not perfect. And I'm sorry if my Instagram post went out of context. I didn't mean to offend anyone, she tweeted the next day.
What was the apology for?
She posted a picture of her in a bikini on a yacht with a drink, and then it was some message about police violence.
Okay, so
it was supposed to be
people
really
said,
deep. But
what are you doing in a bikini making this statement?
Yeah, this is a very serious thing, and here you are drinking on a yacht. And that's why she said, "I'm not perfect." And that was her apology the next day. 27 is Drew Barrymore.
Drew
what did she do?
Barrymore.
Yeah.
What did she apologize for? I don't remember her doing anything wrong.
For doing the show during the writer's strike.
Oh.
Her show was then protested. Let's see, members of the audience were wearing WGA pins. They were kicked out of the studio. And none of it went over well. And that's when she had her crying apology, remember?
Yeah, now I remember. I do.
Yeah.
Did you do Mel Gibson yet?
Not yet, no.
Yeah.
28, Michael Richards
Oh,
on
yeah.
Letterman.
You know
Yeah,
what? That
yeah.
apology so did not work because he has never recovered.
He was on Zoom, wasn't he, when Seinfeld was the guest?
yeah.
And Michael was zoomed in?
Yeah, that's what he
I'm not a racist. That's what's so insane
And
about
everybody
this.
thought it was a joke for the first 5 minutes.
The audience was laughing.
And then I think at some point, Michael Richards was like, I don't even think this is the right place to apologize.
Stop laughing. It's not fun.
That was terrible.
25.
He was right about that.
No, 25, Matt Lauer in 2017,
Oh, yeah.
after he was fired from the Today Show.
I'm trying to remember the apology. Did he make a video apology?
The apology he issued afterwards was read on air by Savannah Guthrie. It was less than ideal. In the statement, Lauer acknowledges wrongdoing while still attempting to dodge the full responsibility for his actions. It's an all too recognizable time, blah, 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 blah.
Which were having a door that shut behind you when you walked into his office.
Which didn't
Activated
that turn
by a
out to
button?
not be true.
Yeah, I think that was. I'm not sure that was really
I
true.
love the idea of it, though.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, that's a story about. That's the best part of the story
Yeah,
for
right.
sure. But and, to call an apology bad or good when the person doesn't read it themselves. I don't know. I prefer when you can see the person apologizing.
Oh, written apologies are always bullshit.
Although written ones can be particularly bad, I guess.
Number 24, Gene Simmons. In 2016, I don't remember this at all, but after Prince had died, he said that his death was a choice because he was struggling with substance abuse.
Oh, you asshole.
Such a hatred
Of course,
for drugs.
I was in a band with two guys that almost destroyed the Kiss brand.
On Twitter, Gene apologized but admitted he was only doing so. He was only doing so due to the crap he was getting from his family for running his mouth.
And he's never stopped doing that, though. He's constantly.
Yes. Quote.
Do they have it there? They have the quote?
Well, there's a follow quote. I have a long history of getting very angry at what drugs do to families and friends of the addicts. I get angry at drug users because of my experience being around them coming up in the rock scene.
He always takes
Ace
it back.
Frehley and Peter Criss almost destroyed my band. And my brand.
Lana Del Rey had to apologize for a post on Instagram where she was talking about the artists that are so bad today, and they were all women of color.
Well, if that's how was she really trying to just take down black people?
The post frames as a
How
question.
many women? How many people?
She wrote about Doja Cat, Camila Cabello, Cardi B, Kalani, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, and Ariana Grande. And then she
hold
frames
on.
what?
Oh my God, Ariana Grande's black.
No. Wasn't she Hispanic?
I thought she was Italian. I don't know. I just know there's a Taco Bell meal.
Camila Cabello is Hispanic.
Yes, she's definitely Hispanic.
Okay, so they're mostly of color, but Ariana Grande is not white.
That's a great
She's
question.
definitely white. She's got white parents. I'm looking at them right now.
What is her ethnicity? And what is Frankie Grande's ethnicity?
Her parents sure look white to me.
She's Italian.
She just got married, by the way. I'm so happy for her.
She also.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
She also.
You sure you're not confusing her? Didn't Demi Lovato get married?
Oh, maybe that's.
Did they
is
both
that what
get
I got
married?
screwed up?
I don't know.
Oh, I could easily get those two confused.
She also had to apologize
Maybe she didn't. I don't know.
over the donut thing.
Oh, when she
Oh
looked
yeah,
at the donut,
that was a
fiasco.
shitty apology. That was a much worse apology.
And to Elvira. What did she do to Elvira?
Who? Lana Del Rey or?
Ariana Grande.
Oh, I don't know.
Sounds
Elvira.
delicious.
Yeah, that whole donut thing was bullshit. Didn't she say something about America?
Yeah.
Oh God, that should be high on the list.
22, Travis Scott, after all those people died at Astroworld.
Oh.
He responded with a black and white apology video posted to his Instagram story. Many people called it fake. Some even pointed to previously deleted tweets from the artist's account that showed he promoted letting crowds in that exceeded capacity.
Oh yeah, and calling people to the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 21 is Harvey Weinstein.
I don't even remember him apologizing.
I'm looking for, let's see. How can you claim to, quote, mean every word of your apology while denying any of your behavior? I don't remember his apology, but
Again, I feel like if you don't remember seeing the person make the apology,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a lot
like
harder.
it's not as it doesn't stick with me.
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon for blackface?
No, for having a toxic work environment.
Oh yeah.
He had a Zoom call with the staffers where he apologized. He reportedly stated that he
But
was embarrassed by
did
the
we
report.
see that apology,
No,
or did we see any apology?
But it was criticized online for its perceived lack of accountability. One commenter noting it sounded like it was spoken by a toddler. So he must have made the apology, or it leaked out or something.
I thought, I don't know, that really felt like they never really drilled down on exactly what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the workplace is toxic, and it was all very generic. And he really sounded to me like he was blindsided. I really don't think he had any idea. Unlike Ellen,
hard to imagine him being a total dick. He seemed like he's
19. I do not remember the story, but this is hilarious. Shia LaBeouf, he put out a short film in 2012 that got critical acclaim, and then it emerged that he had plagiarized a lot of the material from somebody else.
Oh boy!
So in response, he issued an apology on social media, but then fans discovered that he copied those words from a Yahoo Answer post, which led to a barrage of plagiarized about that. That's really funny.
the governor of New Jersey, McGreevy.
Where his wife had to stand next to him.
That was a classic.
He apologized, and then later on, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gay." So whatever.
That was one of the last truly classic apologies, with the wife standing there who doesn't want to fucking be there.
So uncomfortable.
And also, he was not sorry. He was gay. You don't just have a fling with a dude. That doesn't just happen. It was more complicated than just saying, I'm sorry.
Am I gay?
Oh, 18, you definitely remember. DaBaby. Remember when DaBaby was doing Rolling Loud and he started talking about gay guys and HIV?
Yeah.
And then he lost everything. He lost a lot of brand deals and stuff. So he went to Instagram to apologize after he ripped the critics apart, the people that criticized him. We played that. I remember that one.
Well, he also refused to apologize for it because Lollapalooza said he's not playing unless he apologizes.
Yeah,
and then he didn't apologize, did he?
Well, no, his
Or did
apology,
was
he
it late?
attacked everybody, and then he's like, I'm sorry. 17 is Mel Gibson. I don't even remember his apology.
I don't remember seeing it. You know, I was thinking though, but going back to Jimmy Fallon for a second, I remember Jimmy Fallon did apologize for wearing blackface when he played. Was he being Kevin Hart or was he being Chris Rock on SNL? And I remember thinking that well, first of all, I thought he was, in a way, he was right to talk about it because they told him, don't say anything about it. Because there's all this blackface stuff was going around. The governor of Virginia, the lieutenant governor of Virginia, who
did he ever get to moonwalk?
No, I know.
Trying to moonwalk.
I would love to see that.
That was an apology. Remember his wife was there?
Yeah, that should be on the list somewhere because that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He's apologizing for wearing blackface, and a reporter says, so you can moonwalk? Could you do the moonwalk? And he wanted to, and he looked at his wife, who's like,
no.
Oh no, my wife doesn't think I should do that.
I love that reporter though. What a great question.
I know, that was spectacular.
What a trap question. He knew he wouldn't resist the opportunity.
And what a pile of shit that was. That was right around the Megyn Kelly thing.
Yeah.
Megyn Kelly was fired for bringing up the fact that she didn't know about blackface in high school and why it was so bad until, years later. And she ends up getting fired. So then people start throwing out Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel wore blackface. They wore blackface. She talked about blackface. And so Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel said nothing for weeks, I think. And then Jimmy Fallon said, I'm so sick of not saying anything. I am sorry about this. But I felt like Jimmy Fallon got screwed because he was on Saturday Night Live. They didn't just say, Jimmy, go out and do what you want.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock, I thought Chris Rock could have bailed him out way sooner. Chris Rock, like maybe a week afterwards, said, I didn't have a problem with it, but he never said anything while it was going on before he apologized. And so I thought he kind of hung him out to dry. Because, SNL, you have to get through multiple editors to do anything on that show.
Yeah.
And censors.
Chrissy Teigen's number 16. Because I guess she personally apologized to Courtney Stodden.
She didn't. No, Courtney Stodden said she never apologized to her personally.
Yeah.
She said
that's
a lie.
right. That's right. She did it publicly, but not personally. And then Stodden's like, I don't even believe her. 15, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. That apology was pretty weak.
That
right?
was a
letter. That was another letter, right?
Just a letter. I thought I remembered seeing them sitting on a stoop or something.
Yes.
Oh my God!
They very much did.
So after they were busted, it was because they had letters of support for Danny Masterson.
Right.
Yeah.
Calling him a role model.
Which
the letters,
I thought would never get out.
The letters became public and sparked outrage. So that's when they released a videotaped apology, which just made the backlash worse because it was performative and insincere.
Yeah.
That might be number
very
one.
Very obviously read badly because they would flub words in the script.
Can you find that one, Brandon?
Did not come from the heart.
I got it right here.
How long is it?
2 minutes.
Let's take a look.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We'll play it louder.
Morning fallout growing from the
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought it was the full one.
That's your main move, man. What are you talking about?
I just grabbed it.
All right. What's the next apology?
14 is Alec Baldwin. Which, you say Alec Baldwin, I can't even think what he ever apologized for. That guy doesn't apologize.
I could think of like 6 things that he needed to apologize for, but I can't remember which ones he did.
Punching, assaulting that guy.
No, but guess. Keep guessing.
Sorry about that.
Keep guessing. It's one of his. It's one of his
with
more
friends on a plane.
Nope, not that one. No.
Oh, wait a second.
Shooting a woman.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
terrible. But he, like I said, I had nothing to do with it. I'm not.
Calling his daughter a
you
pig.
Got it. Bingo. You win. Yeah, for a rude little pig.
That's true. Was that a written apology?
When he was called out after the tapes leaked, he failed to acknowledge responsibility for his words, instead blaming them on a custody dispute with Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
She made him do that.
Yeah.
That's basically what he
She should have apologized.
And then he went on The View afterwards and repeated the same thing while being challenged.
God, he is tight.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I kind of want to see that.
Imagine his kid. I mean, no offense to her or anything like that. Who, when she grew up, after being called a pig,
she had a great podcast. Remember, Ireland Baldwin's podcast.
He's the most famous Baldwin, and he has kind of mediocre kids. And the least famous Baldwin has the most
Stephen's
kid is
Haley.
who just
Hailey Bieber
cashed in and sold her makeup line.
Did you know Hailey Bieber made $1 billion today?
She did what she do. $1 billion.
She sold her makeup line to, is it Elf? ELF?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Because Bieber's going to spend all her money?
Yeah, she can't get divorced now because he'll get money. He will get money.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she did it. She didn't want to lose him.
Aw.
Yeah, she must be confident they're going to stay married if she sold
To
that.
do that,
What up
I
with
guess
all his shit,
it sounds like the deal has been, she's been trying to sell it for a while. So I don't think it was we need money, sell the company.
I got to tell you, that's incredible. Ireland, wait, which Baldwin?
Stephen
Haley
Baldwin.
Who sold the makeup?
Hailey Bieber.
Haley Bieber.
Hailey Baldwin Bieber.
Sold her makeup business for $1 billion.
Yeah, 800 in stocks and cash, and then another 200 million in performance, how it does afterwards.
Okay, I personally, I don't know. I don't use makeup. I use her products. But I suspect, do you think that her makeup business is worth $1 billion because her makeup is so fucking good?
No.
Or because it's Hailey Baldwin's or Hailey Bieber's?
It's Hailey Bieber's
because it's Hailey Bieber's, and
So
it probably
once-
gets promoted on social media nonstop.
But once it's not Hailey Bieber's, doesn't it lose a shit ton of value?
I think she'll still be the face
She'll
of it.
probably, it'll still be
and you'll
by Hailey
you'll
Bieber.
still feel like you're more beautiful because you're using Hailey Bieber.
Okay, so she's going to continue to pretend she cares.
It's
Because I have a preteen, all she wants to do is watch these skincare videos.
Yeah.
And then I just stand over her shoulder and go, that's all the same.
Yeah.
All those lotions are the same. She gets so mad.
Not really.
Oh, there are
Yes, they
a lot of parents and also
the worst.
dermatologists out there saying kids who are 12 or 13 years old do not need that stuff.
No, well, especially the scrubs.
Yeah.
Like the
It's
sugar
unnecessary. It's not good
bullshit.
for them.
Nope.
You're
That's what we
really
tell her. People would kill to have skin like you have.
tearing your skin
Yeah.
off.
White. Yeah. 13 is Leah Michele. Remember her from Glee?
Yeah, I don't remember the apology at all.
In 2020, another actress on Glee accused her of subjecting her to, quote, traumatic microaggressions.
I remember all those.
And all their toxic behaviors on set that claims are supported by other actors. Okay.
Did she speak on camera?
She responded with a lengthy apology on Instagram where she suggested that it was her privileged position that caused her to be perceived as insensitive.
Oh, I want to see that.
Which doesn't that sound like I'm sorry you were harmed by things. I'm sorry you felt harmed. That's kind of what she's saying.
That's a good apology.
That's a good apology.
That's a good way to go.
You're not really apologizing. You're saying you're such a
I'm
pussy.
sorry you felt that way, which is honestly,
sorry that I said the thing that you wrongly got offended by.
which honestly is a good apology when you don't want to apologize. Because she's not sorry. She's sorry you got caught.
Yeah.
Number 12 is Will Smith. After he became a total loon.
45 minute.
Is that the apology when he actually accepted the award or the one he gave later?
Both are included.
Oh.
The one he gave later, how much of it was to Chris Rock?
Well, that was his first. That's why he was first.
Because he left him out originally.
Exactly, which is why he was criticized for that. So then he gave a direct apology on social media, saying his behavior was unacceptable and inexcusable. But he's only apologizing because he didn't apologize to him during the award speech.
Right.
Number 11 is Paula Dean.
Oh, yeah. Right, I remember it. That kind of cooked her, right?
Oh,
I mean, she was done.
I think she's still around.
She's still been marginal.
Doing something, but
by the way, R.I.P. to the Duck Dynasty. Yeah.
That was an insincere. Sound very.
That's just the same kind of television.
Shoehorned it in.
Paula Dean's doing a podcast.
Oh, cool.
What's cooking with Paula Dean?
Oh, so cool. So yeah, of course, wasn't it using all the N-words? Isn't that what she got in trouble for?
Oh,
yeah.
She responded by releasing a series of bizarre YouTube apology videos that didn't do her any favors, and she appeared on the Today Show.
But she had that great Southern accent.
Which she blamed everybody but herself.
Who did she blame?
I don't know. But nice doing it on the Today Show. Number 10 is Justin Timberlake. I guess for the
Janet Jackson.
I shouldn't have had to apologize.
That was
apologize to her or TV stations.
That was so stupid. And actually, I'm pissed at him for doing that. That was so dumb because obviously they both had some blame. He apologized to CBS. He apologized to everyone who needed to apologize. She refused to.
Yeah.
Because she was asked to, you need to apologize to someone. So she's like, fuck them. And so he was at a different point in his career. His career just kept going the way it was. Janet Jackson was at a later point in her career. She wasn't making good new music. Her new album wasn't good.
And he was supposed to perform in the Grammys, which is on CBS. And they're like...
And he did.
Yeah, but only because he apologized. And they point out here, this is a quote from his apology. I apologize if you guys were offended. That's a direct quote from his apology. Wow. So he actually did it.
Oh, back in 2004?
Yeah.
That's what he said?
During the Grammy Awards, he said, I apologize if you guys were offended.
Well, I mean, he's right, though. It made him seem like he's like a rapist or something, pulling that thing off of her.
No, he got
and that was by mutual agreement.
Yeah. But the idea that somehow he owed Janet Jackson an apology because her career sucked after that.
Yeah.
He did not owe her. That was not his fault. If her fans really loved her, which they do, obviously, they would have continued to buy her music and they wouldn't have given a shit about that. But the internet and TikTok probably just said, it's Justin's fault that her career went sideways. No, she was at that point in her career where a lot of people just aren't hot anymore. It wasn't that she couldn't sell tickets to concerts or anything. She just didn't have hits left.
Yeah, and I think people had had it up to here with Jackson.
Exactly.
I'm here with you today to apologize.
I am Sterling.
What number is that number?
We're on number 9. Number 9 is Bryan Adams, which I don't remember this at all. But May of 2020, so COVID's going on, and he was supposed to perform London's Royal Albert Hall, but it was canceled because of COVID. So he went on Instagram. And they say with a series of misinformed and xenophobic comments. So his rant then faced the backlash. And
how did he make xenophobic comments about canceling a concert?
Well, I'm sure he was just mad at COVID, so he probably said something about Chinese people or.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really, Bryan Adams?
So then he went back online and apologized to those who, quote, took offense.
I don't even remember any of this.
I don't remember either. And then he went on to highlight animal mistreatments because of the wet markets in China.
Oh, God.
What turn?
And it was a lab leak. Nice going, Adams.
Number 8 is Hannah Brown. Let's see, serving as a contestant on season 23 of The Bachelor and the lead of season 15 of The Bachelorette. Do you remember her at all?
No.
I remember her.
What'd
she do? Hannah B.
Hannah. Oh, yes.
Hannah
I do
B.
remember. What did she do?
Let's
Something
see.
racist.
Something really
In
silly.
one of her live feeds in May of 2020, she mindlessly said, I think it must be the N-word, while she was lip-syncing along to DaBaby's Rockstar.
Oh, she was lip-syncing a song.
Singing a song?
Yeah, there's certain songs, if you're white, you're not even allowed to lip-sync them.
That is so stupid.
Well, she didn't do herself any favors because then she just dismissed it and said that I never even said it. But everyone's like, we just saw you say it. But of course,
she lip-synced it,
Rachel
she
Lindsay
said
took
it.
offense. Remember Rachel Lindsay?
Yeah. She's the one that she got
Chris Harrison
fired. She got
excommunicated
him
from
blown
Bachelor
out.
Nation. Yeah.
Did he apologize? He apologized,
Yes.
didn't he?
Yeah, it was sincere,
profusely.
Wow.
Nick Vile called her remarks really terrible apology. Doesn't read as sincere, Nick Vile.
I'm so sick of Nick
From the Vile Files?
Yeah.
Oh my God, his podcast is huge.
Number
the
7.
Bachelor Nation is so massive.
Number 7 is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard for when they had the fake customs document to get their dog into Australia.
Oh, that's...
I guess they had an apology video. I don't even remember.
Is this in order? This seems terribly out of order.
Well,
to
they
me.
ranked them.
Yeah, just kind of rando.
It's fucked.
Mario Batali, number 6.
Oh, he deserved to go
You know
away.
who he is, right? The fat chef who always wears orange Crocs.
It's like cornering women.
He got Me Too'd, right?
He did get Me Too'd, yep. And that's what he was apologizing for. And they canceled his show, The Chew, which was on ABC.
Hi, Mario.
But he apologized through his email newsletter.
Heartfelt.
And then after that, he had a recipe for cinnamon rolls. So people were like, what?
Go away.
Number 5 is Chris Brown after he assaulted
Didn't mean it.
Rihanna.
You didn't mean
He had a 2-minute video that they posted online.
it. You didn't mean it.
I don't remember.
Oh, I want to see that. Hey, Brandon, was Leah Michelle? Is her?
I couldn't find any video of that whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't think there's a video apology for her. I don't remember that either. Chris Brown has a video apology. Are we sure that's not just a written apology he put on Instagram? Oh no, there he is.
They said it was a 2-minute video. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown.
Hi, Chris.
Since February, my attorney has advised me not to speak out, even though ever since the incident, I wanted to publicly express my deepest regret and accept full responsibility.
Speaking from the heart, Drew.
Although I would do some interviews and answer some questions in the future, I felt it was time that you heard directly from me that I am sorry.
So written.
I have tried to live my life
They
in a way
can't
which
write
can
this in
make
his
those
words
around me
better
proud
than
of me.
this.
And until recently, I think I was doing a pretty good job.
It almost seems like AI.
I wish I had the chance to live those few moments again.
No, you did.
But
I would have hit her harder.
I cannot go into what happened, and most importantly, I'm not going to sit here and make any excuses.
What made you hit
I
that
take
bitch?
great pride in me being able to exercise self-control, and what I did was inexcusable.
What?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
very
you're so
sad
good
and
at
very
self-control.
ashamed of what I
That aged well.
My mother and my spiritual teachers have taught me way better than that. I have told Rihanna countless times, and I'm telling you today that I'm truly, truly sorry, and that I wasn't able to handle the situation both differently and better. I recognize that I've truly been blessed. I've been blessed with a wonderful family, wonderful friends and fans. God has been generous in giving me the ability which has brought me fame and fortune. I've done a lot of soul searching, and over the past several months, I've talked with my minister and my mother, and I spent a lot of time trying to understand what happened and why.
Can you just make it shorter?
I've let a lot of people down, and I realize that, and no one is more disappointed in me than I am. As many of you know, I grew up in a home where there was domestic violence, and I saw firsthand what uncontrolled rage could do. I have sought and I'm continuing to seek help to ensure that what occurred in February can never happen again. And as I sit here today, I can tell you that I will do everything in my power to make sure that it never happens again.
Oh my God.
What I did was unacceptable.
Oh, you really learned his
100%.
lesson.
I can only ask and pray that you forgive me, please. I hope that others learn from my mistake. I intend to live my life so that I'm truly worthy of the term role model. Thank you.
He hopes other people learn from his mistakes, even though he didn't learn from it.
Didn't he then?
Other people who don't do that have learned from his mistake.
Didn't he trash the green room at ABC after that?
Oh, yeah, no, he's been accused of assolting. Kurchi Tran said he punched her in the stomach multiple times. He's been accused of
He needs
assaulting.
to go talk to his mom and minister again.
Many, I want to say at least 4 or 5 women have alleged that he hit them since then.
Number 4.
What was he just accused of just recently?
Some
Oh, he beat the guy over the head with a tequila bottle, but that was a guy, so I guess that's different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a different learning situation. Yeah, he's in jail right now.
No, he was freed on $6.7 million bail.
Oh, wow.
He got $6.7 million bail?
Yeah.
He $6.7 million. Why would they even set bail if a guy has that much money?
He's got to start the world tour.
Oh, my God.
How's he going to feed his kids, Drew, if he doesn't tour?
I was like, wow, I can't believe the UK, they're actually keeping him in jail. That's pretty fucking cool.
Well, yeah.
He's a celebrity with money.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Louis C.K., which I actually thought his apology was pretty good.
It wasn't that bad.
He's like, yeah, these stories are true. I was trying to convince myself what I did was okay. Sorry about that. Number 3, Ellen DeGeneres.
Wow, that
Oh,
was...
yeah, it was terrible.
I don't remember her apology.
For a person whose image was I'm the every woman cool, funny person, inclusive, it was really badly handled.
She addressed the accusations in her show's season 18 premiere, and during her statement, she made jokes, and there was an audience, virtual audience, laughing and applauding because this was the summer of 2020 during COVID, so there was no audience.
No, she. It's funny that story, without anyone even commenting on it, destroyed her. Mm-hmm. She was so beloved for her kindness and her incredible love for her fellow man and woman. And then when that came out, I was like, she is a 100% phony.
Yeah.
Total fucking fake.
Nothing worse in that world, right?
Once 4 or 5 people had brought it out, there were so many people who just said, oh, let me in. I got something to say too. Yeah. And she was destroyed.
That was an avalanche of people, man.
She was really mean to people.
Yeah, she was such
stand your breath,
bitch. Oh, I know. And making people go home.
Yeah. Number 2, this is an excellent apology. Logan Paul.
Ugh.
Do you remember Logan Paul's apology when
for the crypto thing?
No, for the. No, he never apologized for that.
Right, for the
suicide
forest or whatever.
Yeah. That apology has so many views online. It is so bad. See if you can find that.
Did he cry?
He tried to.
I've made a severe
I can't look.
and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. So what we came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw. They were unfiltered. None of us knew how to react or how to feel.
Pause for a second. I think he appears very upset, and I think it's because he thinks he's losing everything. Probably. I don't think it has anything to do with what he did.
They point out in the story that he apologized. He had multiple apology videos that he put up, and they were all kind of similar.
Got how many millions of clicks, though? I mean,
this one has 64 million views.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that he made out on the apology.
He made money on it. Yep.
All right, let's see the rest of it.
I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down.
Oh, I thought he was live.
Stopped recording what we were going
that.
through.
What a dick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry. I want to apologize to the internet. I want to apologize to
Do not
anyone
accept your apology.
who has been affected or touched by mental illness or depression or suicide. But most importantly, I want to apologize to the victim and his family.
And Jake. For hurting our brand.
My fans who are defending my actions.
Let's read that off a
Please
prompter.
don't. They do not deserve to be defended.
It's actually not the worst apology.
With my content.
I think it's because he uploaded multiple apologies.
What would have been nice would have been if they would have ended it and then somebody punched him in the face. And then I might have forgiven him.
Intent is never to be heartless, cruel, or malicious. Like I said, I've made a huge mistake. I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm just here to apologize. I'm ashamed of myself.
You apologize for that haircut.
I'm disappointed in myself. And I promise to be better. I will be better.
Oh, you've been so much better. Yeah, you sold the crypto shit after that.
No,
You never paid the people back for you, asshole.
Probably worked.
Also promoted Liver King, remember?
Yep.
It's like, I looked you in the eye on my show, and you told me we're not roids.
I think he's scared shitless in that apology. That's probably why it works. Okay, there's one left.
And the worst celebrity apology ever, according to this website, is Kevin Spacey when he apologized and came out of the closet at the same time.
Yeah, it was great.
That was an excellent apology.
Donald Sterling was great too.
Yeah.
I loved when he
Donald
was supposed to be apologizing to Magic Johnson and all those people, and he just went off on them.
He doubled
That was
down on Magic.
hilarious.